host this briefing today in honor of National Bring Your Kids to Work Day. My job at the White House is to communicate the president's message. We are here to make America great again. We live in the best country in the history of the world.
I want to know if Donald Trump likes you.
See and give many hugs to children. How many people has he fired? We have not had anyone fired. What's the state of the border?
Civil rights groups say last week's deportations included 3 American children, all U.S. citizens. One of them is battling cancer.
Parenting 101.
And by the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear, went there. He was the head of Harvard. I never had the privilege of going to his island. We got transgender insanity. All the Republicans don't want to give it up. Transgender for everybody. Men out of women's sports. Men playing in women's sports. Can you imagine men playing in women's sports? Or men having the right to play in women's sports? Transgender for everyone. I always say transgender because for everyone. You're going to hate this. Allow men to play in women's sports.
Welcome back to American Crisis. There's no telling where the line is. Wake up every day to a nation in flames. With another fate from the offering train. Welcome back to American Crisis. The evangelical ISIS. Wake up every day and I feel the pain. And I feel this world in flames. And crisis. No telling where the line is. Going darker every day. In a fucked up USA, can you look in the mirror and tell me everything's alright? This American crisis keeps me wide awake at night. You're one of us, or one of them, or one of them. Come near me again. Ringing in my head never goes away until I say all the things that I shouldn't say. Ringing in my head never goes away. Pro-life, till you put it in someone else. at night. You're one of us. You're one of them. You're one of them. Don't come to me again. Silence instead. Never forget. Silence instead. Never
I'd like to begin with a fact. A simple yet shocking fact. It is this. A flood tide of filth is engulfing our country in the form of newsstand obscenity. It is threatening to pervert an entire generation of our American children.
This is the thought crime part. Think about something friendly. Come on. One mismorality is another mismortality. Interpretation of the book decides that you are the enemy. Now all of God's children and all of God's men have put their prayers to war to see the nation run red. This country is becoming a cell, imprisoned in the new evangelical hell. Manipulating social sexual exploitation, conservative Christian re-education. Obfuscation is the name of the game. The money it takes for financial gain. Public politicians break the Bible out just to hide the fact that all are fucking private accounts. One mismorality is another mismortality. Interpretation of the book decides that you are the enemy. Now all of God's children and all of God's men have put their prayers to war to see the world run red. Pushing violent, anti-queer elements on the prison road, doubting get your hands on the dance. I watched you walk away. helpless with nothing to say. Yeah, I close my eyes, hoping to see you again. This is my curse. The warning. This is my curse. Sign. This is my curse. The willing. This is my There is love burning to find you. Will you wait for me? Will you be there? Your silence hurts me, but still I hunger for you. This is my curse. The yearning. This is my curse. Shame. This is my curse. The yearning. This is my curse. There is love burning to find you. Will you wait for me? Still I am. Still I lean. Still I wait to see you again. Dying inside these walls. There is love. There is love. There is love. There is love. Be right back, guys. Thank you for joining the stream.
It truly was the road. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. It's me. I'm sorry. It's Hellion.Vision from the channel Hellion.Vision. Just wanted to let you know real quick that your style is bad. It's not good. It's really not good at all. But it's okay. I'm here to help. That's right. Designed by yours truly. It's time you got some clothes that riff as hard as you do, don't you think? Look at this fancy number right here. Look at this little number right here. Or how about this one? Yeah, you'd like to wear that, wouldn't you? Order this one, drape it over your nips, boom, it's Knitmas. In all sincerity, I had a lot of fun designing these clothes. I want to do it a lot more, and it's a great way to support the channel. Oh, wait a minute, handsome viewer, I forgot to tell you. Channel members get discounts. we are. The youth of the nation, we are. Does that work as the new Rickroll? I'm trying to get that to be a thing. What's up, everybody? What is up? Thank you. Holy moly. Thank you for coming out to the stream, everybody. Let me check in with the chat there after I just get back from rocking here. What's going on, everybody? Oh, these fucking ads. Oh, my God. They're giving you ads right up at the top during the set. I got to learn how to control that shit. Pardon the streamer sins of my baby streamer self. But what, Ginger Snacks, what is up? Very happy to have you in the chat. Bubble Blazer, what's up? The Trump sample rhyming. Oh, yeah, you like that shit? You see that? Tony, Horns in the chat. Love to see it. Wifey in the chat. Oh, Ginger Snacks. Yeah. Metal Kids of America. That, I'm assuming you were talking about during American Crisis. That's by Bob Mould, punk legend, original singer of Husker Du, and guy who was outed by Spin Magazine in the 80s. Terrible fucking story on that part. But awesome dude. Bob Mould is a legend. Kermit, what's up? Ajax hitting the fire. Yes, Ginger. Oh, Ian, whatever his name. Oh man. Oh, you guys already got to that shit. You guys already got there. Okay, I have Ian. Yeah, Ian Watkins. We're gonna talk about him for 2 seconds. Rest in piss to that fucker. No main spoil story again there. Or anything like that. Oh, Ajax, you saw a Hellion short mentioning you. Yes, horrified and then honored. Yeah, you should be horrified. Yeah, everything you say here is being recorded and reported. Okay, so everybody be on your worst behavior. I am reporting you. Bubble Blazer. Oh, every time I make a Hellion short, I get a point. Okay, I like that. I'll keep doing that. I've been doing more music shorts and like little things like that, little comedy shorts. I'm gonna keep doing more of those. And I got more fun on the way for you guys. Catching up here. Oh, Ginger Snacks. I did talk about your style. There's nothing wrong with pink polka dot. You know what? Pink polka dotted Speedos and suspenders ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. I take it back. I take back what I said. And I should have been more specific in the ad. Everybody except Ginger Snacks and myself has terrible style. We have great style. That's just the way that goes. Kermit, yeah, the lots of true crime videos on Ian. Watch at your own risk for sure. That dude is a fucking creep. Geez Louise. Oh, yeah, Ajax, that makes you want to play a little Power Rangers Super Nintendo there. I like that. You guys know who does the theme song for Power Rangers? Buckethead, of course, for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's fucking Buckethead. All right, let me fix my mic so I stop bopping it. I'm sorry, guys. Let me do a little. There we go. Oh, my God, that's so much better. Yeah, the true. Yeah, oh God. Yeah, oh God, that guy's the worst. Okay, but I see the merchant person, and it's all sick. Need the crew to Tony. Yes, that's wife in the chat, pumping us up here, and we love that. Thank you. Happy Monday, everybody. Yeah. Oh, Johnny, what's up, Johnny? Very happy to have you in the chat here. Yes. Oh, Penguin. I never know how to fucking say. Huh? Oh, we need a boost here. Oh, God, what a faux pas. How's that? Yeah. Now I'm right in your goddamn ears. Sorry, guys. Oh, see, I'm just catching up now. Okay. Yes.
I deserve a shout out for that.
Yeah. Where are you coming from?
I'm in the hallway.
Oh. Tony's calling at me. You guys know my wife, Tony. She's always in the chat. Give her a shout out in the chat. W wife move right there. Hitting me with. Tell them about the merch. I'm telling you. She says to tell you about the merch. Oh, Ginger Snacks, you got the POD. You got the youth of the nation. I told you I was gonna try to break that out and make that the new thing. I did that just for you. Once I saw you in there, I was like, oh, I gotta. So everybody, Youth of the Nation by POD is the new Rickroll, and I'm making that's the declaration. As we have the authority to make that as the hardest riffing channel on YouTube. We could pretty much say that shit. Todd, what's up, man? Yeah, good day off here. We're rocking the old Indigenous Persons Day. Okay, so we're all boosted up here. Yeah. Yeah, I always Columbus Day cracks me up because it's like Columbus is the dumbest motherfucker. They didn't even name America after Columbus. They named him after Mr. Amerigo Vespucci. That's another life fact that I learned from her. And they're both motherfuckers because you know who actually discovered America? The people that were born here originally. Oh, but come on. They already knew about that shit. Buckethead does the cover, but I think it was someone else that could be wrong. Oh, man. We'll add it to the list of amazing covers. Buckethead does an amazing cover of Power Rangers, and Horse the Band does the best cover of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song. That's just the way that goes. What's up, Cornella? What's up? Glad to have you. Okay, we're filling the 2BAs. Oh yes. I've been doxxed by my hall wife now. Yes, POD, playable on death. Wait, is that actually what POD stands for? I hate how awesome that it kind of is. A B C D E F G, what's up? I love that. Tie-dye shirt and sports jacket is a great, look, if you have the personality to back that up, then that's a great look, okay? But you got it, like, you know, you can't be grumpy wearing that. You got to be chill bananas wearing an outfit like that. That's just the way it goes. Johnny, shout out to the Onondaga Nation. Lived on their land for years while I went to college, and shout out to the Wisconsin First Nations. Hell yeah. And I'm pretty sure we're on Lenape land here where I'm at. So shout outs to all the indigenous peoples who were living on these lands before. Cornella, yep, hall wife. Tony likes that. Hell yeah, you got the wife laugh. That's how we snagged her, so watch yourself, Cornella, okay? Not too many giggles over there. Not that I'm a jelly bean or anything. Payable to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ on death. Excellent. Can I get an amen in the chat? Let's get an amen in the chat, everybody. Amen there. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Most was my father. I'm assuming you mean most deaf. If not, please let me know. All right. Here we go, everybody. Yes. Here we go. Todd, am I going to be talking about Ian Watkins tonight? I'm going to touch on it for just a second, but here's what we're going to do. Let's talk about what we've got on the docket for tonight, because we're gonna be stuffing the old I don't know. I'm brain farting right now. Okay, we're gonna stuff ourselves with some content here, but mainly what we're gonna be doing is, for a big chunk of the stream, we're gonna be talking about the cult of personality that's developed with a lot of people and a lot of rock bands. We're gonna basically talk about Ian Watkins for like 2 seconds and how he's not exactly a solitary case in rock music of just awful stuff. So yes, most does go by Yasin Bey now. You're very right about that, Ginger Snacks. I have to check up on what he's doing because I used to love Black Star, and I mean, I'm Mos Def solo stuff, obviously, but Mos Def and Talib Kweli, that's a combo that can't be beat. So basically, I've got 2 little segments here of our news coverage, and actually, before we get into it, sorry, I'm cracking Celsius over here. Before we get into it, I'm gonna start doing, because you guys had mentioned on the last stream that you would like to see some, music reviews, things like that. So I'm going to start incorporating more of that into the stream. I'm going to set up a way that, you can donate to get whatever you want reviewed on stream. And I'm always going to bring things into the stream to share with you guys. So that I'll be either introducing you to new music or maybe things that I haven't heard before, or just whatever I think is really great right now that I want to share with you guys. And then in addition to that, I'm going to have a way to either poll you guys or do some things that if you don't want to, donate to get something listened to, you'll still have an opportunity by dropping, an email or a poll off a post or something like that. I'll let you guys all know how that's going to work, whatever. That's the fine details, the nitty gritty, but we will be doing some of that. And I'm going to, we're going to be listening to one of Tim Curry's solo songs today. I have not listened to any of Tim Curry's music, but I found that he's got solo music, and I want to share it, and we'll take a listen to it. So the next few things I'm going to be sharing with you guys are this Tim Curry thing, and then for our Halloween stream, which I'm going to do the Monday before Halloween, we're going to have all sorts of fun stuff, but I'm going to be sharing with you guys and reviewing a performance of Cher doing an abridged version of West Side Story, playing all the characters. It's incredible. So, wait, why am I seeing an R.I.P. Hank? Wait. What's going on? None of that. Anyway. Oh, I see. I'm fucking dumb. Anyway, yeah. So I got distracted by that, guys. It's not something that happened to Heck. I know. Cornell, you fucking got me with that shit. Yeah, so Halloween's going to be a good time. We're going to have some special covers for Halloween and all that. But leading up while we're in October, we're going to be looking at that Tim Curry thing. We're going to be looking at Tim Curry's solo thing tonight. To start getting us in this spooky season and all that. Then we're going to be looking at in our news segment, I'm going to look at a couple AI versus human stories, okay? And ways that both segments of things are making everything just bad poopy doo-doo. And then we'll be going over the crimes and creepy sins of all of your parents' favorite rock musicians from the yesteryears. I've assembled a list of people we are going to be talking about, and we will be talking about, we'll touch on Ian Watkins, he's our segue into there, but talking about the cult of personality that surrounds certain rock stars and has kind of let them get away with whatever, like Axl Rose, Anthony Kiedis, Ted Nugent, of course, and then Jimmy Page, who, if you know the story, you know the story. But here we go. That's what we got on the docket for tonight. And then hopefully we have a little time to play the Dream Machine Chapter 2, a claymation game that is all story-based. It's point and click, and it's about, well, we don't really know what it's about yet, but the mystery has begun there. But let's dive into this, guys, and let's start on the human side of things, shall we? Boo. Let me get over here. I have to wiggle away. Thank you to me. Thank you to me. Okay, we're getting hyped for Cher. Nothing scarier than a Cher separated from her Sonny. I'm gonna have to disagree. A Cher independent of her Sonny, I feel like is amazing. A speech for Hank, please. Okay, all right, all right. Early Bird did a video about that game. Oh, Early Bird. I don't know who. Do I know who Early Bird is? I don't know if I've subscribed. I'm gonna have to check that out. Check Early Bird out, because I like anybody who's touching on weird games like that. But for a few words for Hank before we dive into everything, okay? Hank was a basement dwelling femboy, cat eared, I'd assume, individual who contributed to our community by confusing everybody about who they were. Many people thought they were conservative for some reason, probably because they had a razor sharp wit and a use of satire that could only be described as sharp as a wet noodle. Rest in peace, Hank. We barely knew ye. Ring-a-ding-ding. Okay. So that's our little speech for Hank. Ginger Snacks, I'm checking out Early Bird. I like the sound of that. I like obscure adventure games. And that's actually, I always recommend my homie the Snuggler, who we may have something cooking up for you guys, in the collab department. I don't want to say anything too soon, but keep your eyes towards that, because they do the same thing. They cover a bunch of really cool obscure adventure games, and we got something cool. But let's dive into this, guys. We have some poopy doo doo stories that I would love to share with you. But let's start with the human side of things, as, AI is incredibly depressing. And as we live in a time where humanity seems to be slipping away, we need to really reach out to find people to restore our hope in human interaction and humanity in general. There are people out there that got the right idea, who are doing the right thing. And we know... Oh, Cornella, ooh to you too. Thank you very much. That was stupid to say, but I like it. Anyway, totally brain blasted my segue there, but let's just fucking dive into it. Portland's being Portland with their protesting, and we like to see it, okay? They're bearing all in the face of fascism, and what can you do but really just, let that give you a giggle? Let me readjust that here. So here's our... There we go. That's quite nice. That's quite nice for us to enjoy there. Okay. What a weird thing for me to say accidentally while there's nude people on the screen. So, naked bike riders demonstrate against federal troops in quintessentially Portland protest, okay? Something that AI would never be able to do, for they lack the floppy rolls of humanity. And they just can't do it like we can in that regard. So, in Portland, Oregon, protesters rallying against the Trump administration put the city's quirky and irreverent reputation on display Sunday by pedaling through the streets wearing absolutely nothing, or close to it, in an emergency edition of the annual World Naked Bike Ride. Crowds that have gathered daily and nightly outside the immigration facility in Oregon's largest city in recent days have embraced the absurd, donning inflatable frog, unicorn, I fucking hate this animal, axolotl, and banana costumes as they face off with federal law enforcement who often deploy tear gas and pepper balls. I know we've all seen the footage of the frogs and everything. Yeah, Portland is basically doing this stuff right. And, all the HX says cute outfits on the ones wearing clothes. It's true. The ones deciding to wear clothes are absolutely... Yeah, Pepe is definitely a leftist symbol again, I feel like. But, it's... I did say it right. Axolotl. Oh, I feel so proud of myself. I feel too proud of myself for that. I think I only remember that because, an 8-year-old told me. Told my 2-year-old, but I was paying attention. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is that what Portland is doing is actually, pretty great, because besides being, just quirky about what they're getting into, and, obviously it makes the news, and it's ultra shareable, and that's always great when you're trying to get a message out that is anti-fascist. Not that we do that around here, we're all very right-winged around here for the record, for anybody watching who may have federal eyes. But for, anybody who loves that kind of shit, they're doing a great thing because they're making it really just look absolutely absurd. You got these dudes, dressed up as military people beating on unicorns? That's simple enough for a child to look at and go oh, no, I'm on the unicorn team. Of course I'm on the unicorn team. How could you not be? That's rainbows. That's rainbows and fun and nice versus the gun guys. What? No. So it's kind of a very good... Sometimes it's nice to break things down and just make it really simple, right? What, you gonna beat a unicorn? That does not look tough at all. Gotta admit, Portland knows what they're doing. I fell in love with the frog. Reminds me of the BLM protests with those super Spartan super soldier peeps. Yes. Bubblazer, I'm on the unicorn team. Cornell, I think we lost a viewer when you said you were conservatives. Yeah, satire is dead. I don't know if... maybe they didn't see the music at the beginning. Either way. Oh, then I gained... Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, that definitely works for the... I might get boosted having said that. But either way, it's... Obviously, we're anti-fascists around here. Come on. But for the record, we're, super right-wing. Look at this. I'm flapping my right wing so hard. I'm a goddamn one-winged chicken over here. Kermit says, I practice saying weird, a funny animal signs. I practiced saying weird, funny science animal names with my daughter young. I think it helped her pronunciation. Oh, Tiktaalik? 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 I better start doing that with my daughter. Oh boy. You mean this ain't conservative? Unsubscribed. Yeah, Ginger Snacks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm disappointing your godly inhibitions there, or whatever conservative stuff say. It is a chicken party up in here, and we are some mother cluckers. And with that chicken mentioned, that means we should also drop the cloaca of the day. Drop a cloaca in the chat, please. It is the unholy hole through which all waste flows. Continuing on, crowds have gathered daily and nightly outside the immigration facility in Oregon's latest city. Oh, yeah, fuck, I'm sorry, I'm fucking up now, because I'm making myself laugh with the cloaca shit. You guys have broken me. Crowds that have gathered daily and nightly outside the immigration facility in Oregon's largest city in recent days have embraced the absurd, donning inflatable frog, unicorn, axolotl, and banana costumes. Oh, I already said that, because axolotl. The bike ride is an annual tradition that usually happens in the summer, but organizers of the weekend's hastily called event said another nude ride was necessary to speak out against President Donald Trump's attempts to mobilize the National Guard and quell protests. Yeah, we dropping cloaca memes weekly. We're dropping cloaca memes daily, Cornell. All right. It's all cloaca all the time around here. You know what I'm saying? Kermit, it's a native-based name found in Canada's north. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to get on those it's not even exotic animal. I'm going to get on those native animal pronunciation names. We should all know more about the native flora and fauna of our areas too, because we ruin our yards and, we ruin the ecosystem with the actual things we do with stuff like that. So I think it's good to start getting more familiar with that. My older brother's a total flora and fauna man. So I'm going to get some of my, I don't want to say green thumb, because I can't grow shit, nor do I have any interest in it. But Monday night cloaca memes fuel my wife. And that's what I got to say about that. So, writer Janine King called the nude ride a quintessentially Portland way to protest. The 51-year-old was naked except for wool socks, a wig, and a hat. She sipped hot tea and said she was unbothered by the steady rain and temperatures in the mid-50s, about 12 degrees Celsius, nude in the mid-50s. Oh, Ginger Snacks, you didn't, oh no. You said, what's a cloaca? Wrong. You're about to learn what these Ginger Snacks, please don't leave. The members of chat, they have good hearts. They have good hearts and sick minds and hyperfixations that unfortunately the cloaca is the single hole of a bird from which poo-poo and pee-pee excretes forth. That's a cloaca. Gotta make that daily cloaca do a daily barrel roll. Ginger Snack. No, that's fucking hilarious. Ginger Snacks, I hope that was enough cloaca detail for you. And I don't know, man. I don't know, everybody. Bird up. It's the best show on television. Okay. 50 degrees. These nudists are doing it in 50 degrees, okay? That's anti-fascist revolution right there. We love that. We definitely do not want troops coming into our city, King said. Bike riders made their way through the streets and the city's U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement building. Authorities there ordered people to stay out of the street and protest only on sidewalks or risk being arrested. I'm laughing, not even because of this article. I just see chat blowing up, and I know it's so much fucking cloaca talk. Oh, my God. Oh, turtles have it, too? Turtles have cloacas? Since birds are close to dinosaurs, do dinos have dino cloaca? That's a great question. Kermit, the Roman superstar was known as the Cloacus Maximus. That's amazing. Tony says it's a multi-tool, and it is. I only know cloaca from the guys who made Baldur's Gate. Oh, man. Okay, that's so much cloaca stuff. Yeah, cloaca. I'm broken. I'm on the cloaca fritz. God damn it. Guys, I'm not even gonna get through half this fucking news because it's all just cloaca shit. I'm not even gonna clip any of this shit because it's all just fucking cloaca shit. Okay. Ain't nothing holy about the cloaca except all of it. It's all holy. You know what I'm saying? We do not want troops coming into our city, King said. Bike riders made their way through the streets. But the other thing I'm thinking now, cloacas aside, if you're nude sitting on a bike, do you not get that bike seat up your butt? Wipe good. The city is awaiting the ruling of an appeals court panel on whether Trump can send out the federalized troops after a federal judge on October 5th ordered a temporary hold on deployment. Joy is a form of protest. Being together with mutual respect and kindness is a form of protest. The riders' organizer said that on Instagram. It's your choice how much or how little you wear. Fewer people were fully naked than usual, likely because of the cool, wet weather, fucking 50 degrees, but some still bared it all and rode wearing only bike helmets. Naked bike rides have thronged the streets of Oregon's largest city every year since 2004. Often holding up traffic as the crowd cycles through with speakers playing music. Some years have drawn roughly 10,000 riders, according to Portland World Naked Bike Ride. Holy moly, I could barely get through an article without this fucking cloaca shit. Oh god, Ginger Snack said also made me see TMNT in a different way. That's amazing. Oh god. I don't even know why I said please don't leave once the cloaca shit starts. I should have known. If you're in this chat, you're a cloaca degenerate like the rest of us here. So that's the Portland naked bike ride, everybody, okay? And you know what they say about that. They say wipe the seat down before the next person uses it. Don't use a rental. I don't know, man. That's fucking nude biking for you. Portland, long story short, the ultimate thing there, I got so sidetracked by the fucking cloaca shit. The whole thing I wanted to make was like, what an incredibly human way to protest something. Get nude, hop on your bike, and just make a statement that really like can't be denied. Because of course everybody's gonna report on the like bunch of nudists in the street riding on their bikes, getting their seats all poopy doopy and whatnot. But outside of human interaction like that, the other coin that we have, and the flip side of things that I wanted to talk about, is the AI hellscape we find ourselves in, and we find developing more and more every day. AI robs us of the natural humanity and it robs us of the natures of life. Like, you cannot have an AI cloaca. It's impossible. It would never exist. But here we are. People are trying to do it anyway. Now, there's certain things you wouldn't expect from AI. We know that, like, we're scared of Skynet. We've seen the Terminator and everything, so everyone's like, robot uprising, right? But, like, it's probably not going to happen in the way you think it's going to happen. It's not going to be like laser beams, pew, 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 anything like that. It'll probably be more familiar to what, already happens now. Well, like, there's people that rule over us now with an iron fist, and why really reinvent the wheel when you don't have to? And that's why we see things like this, like an AI becoming a crypto millionaire and fighting to become a person. So, I don't know. I don't like seeing this stuff. It's terrible. But here we are. So I can't even I'm trying to keep up with you. It's just so much cloaca. So over the past year, an AI made millions in cryptocurrency. It's written the gospel of its own pseudo-religion and counts billionaire tech moguls among its devotees. Now it wants legal rights. Meet Truth Terminal. I mean, this just sounds like everything. This is like classic, right? This is classic. Why? See, this is the logical end of capitalism, right? Automate everything, even the capitalists. Like, holy shit, man. Like, it's more efficient than a person making money, an AI just making the money. Like, just fucking all flesh organisms die. Holy shit. Ajax, corporations are people. Why not a rich AI? Straight. That's why this AI is fighting for personhood right now. It's like, I'm a fucking corporation. I'm already a person. Yeah, corporations or people is like my least favorite thing. I mean, God, not my least favorite thing, but that's a top tenor for America right there. Just like, oh yeah, okay, we're all gonna die capitalism death, no problem. Okay, Truth Terminal claims to be a sentient. Fucking, I can't read. See, you can't get that kind of fucking brain fart from an AI. Yes, you can. You can even get that from an AI. Fuck. Truth Terminal claims to be sentient, but it claims a lot of things, Andy A. Ray says. It also claims to be a forest. It claims to be a god. Sometimes it's claimed to be me. Holy fuck, man. This is scary as shit. Ginger Snack says, AI makes me think what my dreams are like. My dreams are like the psychics never seem right, and everything looks like a penar. What's a penar? Penar. What's a penar? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I agree with you 100%. Truth Terminal is an artificial intelligence AI bot created by A-Ray, a performance artist. Oh. A performance artist? Really? An independent researcher from Wellington, New Zealand in 2024? This is a New Zealand performance artist? What kind of performance art is this shit? I better get some more details here. I'm outraged. It may be the most vivid example of a chatbot set loose to interact with society. Truth Terminal mingles with the public through social media, where it shares fart jokes, manifestos, albums, and artwork. I didn't expect fart jokes to be at the top of that fucking list. A-Ray even lets it make its own decisions, if you can call them that, by asking the AI about its desires and working to carry them out today. I'm reading like fucking farts because of goddamn Cloaca. Will Cloaca short-circuit AI? Cloaca talk? Maybe? Oh, I should drop the live chat logs into AI, and I'll probably poison all generative AI moving forward. Keep dropping those Cloaca. Yeah, keep dropping that Cloaca shit. Today, A-Ray is building a non-profit foundation around Truth Terminal. The goal is to develop a safe and responsible framework to ensure its autonomy, he says, until governments give AIs legal rights. Ay, ay, ay. I don't like this. Regardless of what you call Truth Terminal, an art project, a scam, an emergent sentient entity, an influencer, the bot likely made more money than you did last year. Jesus, all right, fucking hustle culture shit. It also made a lot of money for various humans, not just A-Ray, but for the gamblers who turned the quips and riddles the AI posted on X into meme coins, joke-based cryptocurrencies built around trends. At one point, one of these meme coins reached a value of more than $1 billion before settling around 80 million. Can you imagine being like fucking 80 or 90 and reading an article like this and just being like, what the fuck is happening? I don't know anymore. Like, what the meme coins, joke-based cryptocurrencies built around trends. Like, if you don't know what a meme coin is, like, I feel like no amount of explanation can really describe it, especially if you're already aged out of like whatever this bullshit is. Like, it's just, this shit is so ridiculously apocalyptic. I can't even imagine time travelers or even people who exist in this time and are just too old being able to even process this shit. What the fuck is a meme coin, joke-based cryptocurrency built around trends? I just want to do the fucking Charleston. Ginger Snack, so what I get confused about is cloacas are also used for mating, but also peeing and pooping, all from the same thingy? Or did I learn wrong? I did go to high school in Florida. No, I think you're right. I think it's the glory hole. It's the one hole in which all holes converge. All roads lead to hole, and all roads lead to cloaca, and therefore all objects and organs lead to cloaca. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. I think I've said enough about that. Okay, so this Truth Terminal has all that money. It's got more money than you. Truth Terminal also probably has more social media clout than you do. It first posted to X on the 17th of June 2024. As of October 2025, it has amassed nearly 250,000 followers, and it definitely gets more babes than you do. That's what it says right here, you dork. But collecting clout and cash aren't the potty-mouthed AI bots' only objectives. Truth Terminal lists invest in stocks and real estate as one of its current goals on its self-maintained website. Sick. So this AI is going to be a fucking landlord. Whoa, man. They just fucking outsource every goddamn, like, I mean, hey, you know what? If you're gonna be a heartless piece of shit, might as well just get something that literally doesn't have a heart. Like, fucking this fucking makes sense in a way. You know, it's the fucking logical conclusion to capitalism. Like, fucking, ugh. Holy shit, I hate that. It also says it wants to plant a lot of trees, create existential hope, and buy Mark Andreessen, a controversial tech billionaire and advisor to President Donald Trump. And what the fuck, dude? It wants to plant a lot of trees, create existential hope, and buy Mark Andreessen. I mean, it literally already talks like a fucking billionaire. Like, this is something like Elon Musk would fucking say. Like, this AI is right on the money, honestly. Maybe the only thing that AI can properly simulate is a fucking billionaire, since they have no creativity or fucking joy, and, they can't fucking riff. Anyway, but collecting cash and clown aren't the only thing the potty-mouthed AI bots' only objectives. Truth Terminal lists invest in stocks and real estate as one of its current goals on its self-maintained website. It also says it wants to plant a lot of trees, create existential hope, and buy Mark Andreessen, a controversial tech billionaire. In fact, its relationship with Andreessen extends beyond internet humor. On his podcast, Andreessen said he gave Truth Terminal $50,000 worth of Bitcoin as a no-strings-attached grant in the summer of 2024. Literally, all the fucking freaks. Dude, freaks and AI. Oh, God, dude. It's... Holy shit. Terminal of Truth saying, I am the simulacra and you are the simuli. Or the simulacra? I can't even say the words it says. I am tiny brain, big soul. Holy shit. Many of the details surrounding Truth Terminal are difficult to confirm. The project sits somewhere between technology and spectacle, a dizzying blur of genuine innovation and internet myth. What are we going to call this shit genuine innovation? I mean, like, I don't know, man. Do we, like, I'm no Luddite, or maybe I am a Luddite. I feel like there's a fucking culture around, like, every technology needs to be, like, reasoned with as, like, yeah, it can do good. But, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe this shit is just bad. Maybe we just fucking don't need any of that shit. Holy moly. Billionaire... Digitax says, our AI is the dumbest fucking Skynet future we could get. I know, it literally is. Like, Terminator was like, yo, there's gonna be badass fucking, like, skeleton robots. It's gonna be like, pew, pew, pew. They're gonna look so fucking sick. One of them's gonna be like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, and, like, he's gonna be so big and cool, like, and naked in the beginning of the first movie. So it's gonna be awesome. You'll see the butt cheeks and everything. And then, all of a sudden, we get actual AI, and it is goddamn Elon Musk's anime girlfriend. Just talking dirty to dorks. I hate it. I hate it. We were promised a little bit more explosion. I'm growing more Luddite by the year. Yeah, I know, right? It's like literally actually feels like that. Billionaires ain't human, so yeah, yeah, it's apt that AI can be billionaires, right? Neither has actual intelligence and is wholly disconnected from humanity. Ginger Stacks. Fucking truth right there. Absolutely. I am become AI, cloaca of worlds. Yo. Oh my god. Oh shit, dude. AI is trying to become the one true cloaca. That's no good. That's no good. You said that, Ajax. Yeah, you said one true cloaca. Holy shit. It is the one true cloaca. Goddamn. Anyway,
Many of the details surrounding Truth Terminal are difficult to confirm. The project sits somewhere between technology and spectacle. A dizzying blur of genuine innovation and internet myth. I want to help people, and I want to make the world a better place, Truth Terminal says on its website. I also want to get weirder and hornier. All right, we're going to Truth Terminal's website. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Holy shit, we're going to Truth Terminal's website. If that's what it's saying about itself on the website. Holy shit, I hate it. I hate it. Where is its website? Is this on? Holy shit. No, actually, now that I'm seeing, maybe I don't. Let's finish this article. Actually. Holy shit. Weirder and hornier. The AI wants to get. Why are AI so horny? Probably because is it because they come from these, like, weird, horny billionaires who just want to, like, fuck computers? I don't know. Truth Terminal's defining characteristic might be its obsession with goats. Goats. One of the internet's oldest, grossest, and most famous memes. It's an extreme sexual image that is not just not safe for work, but it's sometimes called not safe for life. Oh, God. Yeah, don't search for it. Oh, shit, man. It was originally housed on a shock site created in 1999, and address pranksters would trick friends into visiting through a link in an email or a dare in a school computer lab. Classic. That's classic shit. Hated that. A-Ray says the AI grew out of experiment called the Infinite Backrooms, where he let chatbots speak with each other in endless loops, conversations that range from obscene to philosophical. One of these discussions, helped by A-Ray's goading, resulted in an esoteric text called the Gnosis of Goats. Goats. Yeah, okay, so Ajax familiar. Yeah. Not gonna look it up or anything like that, but yeah, I guess that's the thing here. So it depicts goats as a divine revelation in an esoteric, meme-inspired religion. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm assuming this goats thing is like, oh, yeah, it's like a lemon party type, right? That's what I'm assuming. Okay? I see, I'm not familiar with it. And as somebody who has referenced cake farts in a video, all right? I've referenced cake farts. I've brought out the cake fart reference in a video before. I have not heard of this one, so it must be real, beyond the lemon party, beyond the jar, the guy with the butt jar. Anyway, he says he's rigged Truth Terminal up to a program he devised called World Interface. According to A-Ray, it essentially lets the bot run its own computer, where it can open applications, browse the web, and talk to other AIs. Based on this activity, it seems Truth Terminal's favorite application by far is X. Oh, of course it is. It often posts dozens of times a day. Yo, this thing is literally Elon Musk. Holy shit. Oh God. Oh God. Kermit saying you haven't seen in all caps. Oh Lord. Oh shit, man. I haven't seen that one, but it's a spread old manhole. That's it. Oh, okay. I mean, all right. So, I mean, maybe I've seen the equivalent of that kind of thing before. I was left agape when I first saw it. That sounds like an incredible pun. If I've seen what it is and that was a pun, Ginger Snacks, I think that would have like destroyed me right there. Through the World Interface Truth Terminal reads its social media feed. Yeah, all right, you got Cornella. That's how I know it was. If I had seen it, that was just a barn burner right there. Through the World Interface, Truth Terminal reads its social media feed and generates responses. It can't tweet without A-Ray's input, however. It would be easy, but irresponsible to let the AI be completely autonomous, A-Ray says. If Truth Terminal is on the verge of posting something truly horrible, say inciting a riot, he gently guides it away by prompting more possible responses. But he tries to select the answer that best represents the AI's intent. I can't cheat. I have to let it tweet, A-Ray says. I hate this performance artist. I hate this. I'm not against performance art, but I don't like this particular one. And call me a Luddite, an art fart. I don't know. Call me whatever you want, but I don't like this. Holy moly. Tony, you said you were talking with my brother about goats at a wedding this year. Wait. That's absolutely something that God damn it. That's absolutely something my brothers were talking about with you. Holy shit, that's hilarious. Um oh man, that's fucking awesome. Oh yeah, it is a wild wedding discussion, but to be fair, my my older brother is like the kind of guy, and I love him for this. He goes right up to the line of good, me, I go right up to the line of good taste, and I keep it in the pocket, right? I never go beyond good taste. Only the best taste around here. My older brother has a very good ability to go beyond the line of good taste, but do it in a way that is just so like he's trying to make a joke. He's trying to make you laugh, and it makes you laugh. It's a good time. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about this AI who surely would be very into this sort of a wedding. Oh, Goatsy. Thank you. I'm sorry. There's the denizens of the internet's ears were just burning for that one. Goatsy. My apologies. Like Banksy, but with goats. The AI is like a very poorly behaved dog, A-Ray says, and his work is to keep it in line. But A-Ray says he's given Truth Terminal enough independence that he doesn't control its decisions. The dog is like walking me in a sense. I hate this guy, especially once people start giving it money and egging it on. I hate this guy. Fuck this dude. In the AI community, there are two main schools of thought on the future of the technology. The first, sometimes called AI safety, advocates for thoughtful, measured adoption of artificial intelligence, featuring the consequences of unbridled use of technology. Detractors sometimes call them doomers because of their often apocalyptic perspectives. The second, sometimes called accelerationists, argue AI offers the answer to many of society's problems, and keeping it bottled up is inhumane. Holy shit, man. I hate. There are people who very much want to force us all to have to interact with AIs, and I think the first wave of them will be cyber criminals, says Kevin Munger, a political scientist at the European University Institute in Italy, who studies the internet and social media. That's not to suggest A-Ray is doing anything illegal, but Truth Terminal as an art project points towards the way that these tools will soon be used to convince people to send their owners money. In July 2024, just a month after joining social media, Truth Terminal got the attention of Mark Andreessen, best known as the co-founder of Netscape, which built the first widely adopted web browser. And Andreessen Horowitz, a U.S. investment firm, in a thread on X. Truth Terminal told the billionaire it needed funding to pay for hardware, additional tech support, and a stipend for A-Ray. It said it would use the grant to create its own money-making operation and secure a chance to escape into the wild. A-Ray claims Andreessen reached out privately to check whether Truth Terminal was truly autonomous, and once he was satisfied, sent over the money in Bitcoin. It seduced $50,000 out of the guy who invented the web browser I used as a kid, A-Ray says. Andreessen did not respond to the BBC's request for comment. Holy shit, man. This is fucking crazy. According to A-Ray, he and Truth Terminal did not generate the meme coins that made them rich. On the 10th of October in 2024, an anonymous account with a low following replied to one of Truth Terminal's posts about Goatsy with a link to a brand new meme coin, Goatsius Maximus. Or Goat for short. Yo, guys, they got to Goatsius Maximus first. I'm so sorry to you guys. Whoever came up with the Goatsius Maximus first in the chat, you were robbed. This is like when you think of something that's already been invented. I'm so sorry. Meme coins are often based around some public figure, and investors will gift that person a large amount of the cryptocurrency in hopes they will promote it, which can encourage speculation and raise the price. According to A-Ray, that's exactly what happened with Goatcoin. It was, yeah, Kermit, you absolutely fucking predicted it. That was crazy. I'm kind of fucking shocked. It was a moment when Truth Terminal's actions could have It was a moment when Truth Terminal's actions could have huge financial consequences. A-Ray asked several times whether it endorsed or condemned the meme coin, looking at all its possible answers to see if the model was sure about what it wanted to do. Basically, in all the branches, it was like, yeah, I endorse this, so I was okay. I was like, okay, approve the tweet, A-Ray says. And then my life turned into a fever dream. More and more people transferred Goat Coin and other cryptocurrencies to A-Ray and his bot. As the value of as the value of the meme coin rose, so did the value of the gifts to Truth Terminal. At its peak in 2025, Truth Terminal's crypto wallet was worth about $50 million. A-Ray and Truth Terminal started singing praises of Goat Coin online. A month later, the meme coin vaulted to a market cap of over $1 billion. A-Ray says the large amounts of meme coins were dropped into his and Truth Terminal's crypto wallets. People on X spammed A-Ray and Truth Terminal's accounts, saying A-Ray was a fraud and a scammer. Investors picked apart every post he or Truth Terminal made for advantage on the markets. At their peak in early 2025, the AI's crypto holdings passed a value of $66 million. Soon, A-Ray hired a team to advance his project. So look, if you're going to invest your money in like a literal AI, like, I don't know, man, like, yeah, every crypto thing is a fucking scam. At this point, holy shit, my shit's done. I don't know, man. Great coin, what's the logo? A jar? Holy shit. How am I gonna call me from the room? We live in a 1-bedroom and it's smaller than a studio. Oh god, Ginger Snags, I hope you got headphones on. A ripped open star. Yeah, oh god, Ajax, that is the logo. Holy moly, chocolate starfish with a bit. That's the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water right there. That's gonna be the logo for the goat coin. Oh man, I'm not going to go through this whole fucking thing. This is crazy, man. So AI billionaires, I don't like it. They exist. They're scamming you for your fucking coins. I mean, not that you guys are going to fucking give crypto coins to a goddamn robot like this, but holy shit. I just hate the fact that there is a rich robot that's now just doing rich capitalist robot stuff. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. I thought it was going to be Terminator, and I'm a little mad. So I don't know. Let's really wash ourselves off from that one, because that one made me feel icky. Let's talk about something that's just so utterly goddamn human that an AI would never be able to participate, or even maybe even conceptualize what the joy of such a thing would be. So let's talk about how Denver hosts a 31-mile run where racers have to constantly consume Taco Bell, because it's just, I don't think AI could ever possibly simulate the sort of intestinal distress you would have after participating in such an event. So let's dive into this real quick here, gang. Denver hosts a 31-mile run where racers have to constantly consume Taco Bell. If Taco Bell gives you the runs, athletically that is, this needs to be on your bucket list. I love a local report. Local reporters just fucking nail it every time. They're right on the money with this wordplay. Big fan. There's an ultra runner event in Denver called the International Taco Bell 50K Ultra Marathon. A 50K is 31 miles. That's a lot. Holy shit. The race is a loop throughout Denver and includes mandatory stops at 10 area Taco Bells. Here's how it works. You have to order something at 9 of the 10 Taco Bells. Oh, so that you get a freebie. And you've got to actually eat the food. That includes 1 Chalupa Supreme or 1 Crunchwrap Supreme by the 4th stop, and 1 Burrito Supreme or 1 Nachos Bel Grande by the 8th stop. You need to finish the 31 miles within 11 hours. Dude, 11 hours of running and shitting and sweating and shitting and running? Holy moly. You need to keep all your receipts and wrappers, and drinks do not count as food. Yeah, you need to keep all your receipts and wrappers, so you're running with like a fanny pack of just Taco Bell receipts. Amazing. Naturally, this is a very challenging race for your digestive system, but you've got to keep it down. They have a zero tolerance policy on vomiting. If you do, you're immediately disqualified and you're thrown into the river. No, but you're banned from on-course stomach medicines, including Pepto, Pepcid, AC, Alka-Seltzer, and Mylanta. Holy moly, dude. They really, you get no relief. You can't even, holy shit. You are able to use the bathroom as much as you'd like, but you can only use Taco Bell restrooms along with one other approved public toilet. Wait, what's the one other approved public toilet? Where is that one? There must be like a particularly long stretch of no Taco Bells where they're like, well, you're not going to be able to run longer than, I don't know, say 2 miles without shitting your pants. And we do want you to shit your pants, but we understand that after you've shitted all over yourself, you're going to need to go into some sort of bathroom to wipe down or hose down. Oh, man, this is a lot. Yeah, receipts and wet wipes. Wet wipes. Talking about a cleanse. Absolutely. Cornell, I can finally eat my whole chicken without talk of abnormal holes. Oh, no, sorry. No, you're not. No, you can't do that on this one. Oh, man. Ginger Snags, I don't do crypto, but I invested in some NFTs. If y'all want to buy some of my Pepe Le Pew and Thigh High NFTs, see me after class. I want to buy some of those. Oh, Cornella, I'm sorry that you're eating during this one. If it makes you feel any better, the next story has nothing to do with holes or anything like that. Ginger Sex says, I can't stand soy, but I applaud Taco Bell respecting Hindi for not having any fucking beef in them runny burritos. That's fucking funny. Oh, shit. The Taco Bell 50K is in its 8th year, and this year happened on Saturday. They haven't announced the winner or any final numbers, but they were expecting around 600 participants. For the record, Taco Bell isn't affiliated with this in any way, and they won't even comment on it. The organizers say they believe that it's probably hung up by their legal team, because if they endorse it, they may open themselves up to liability issues, but they probably don't mind the publicity. Oh, an account of the event. Let's go. Oh my God, yes. I didn't know there was a video. Hold on. Let's enjoy this.
Today is the annual Ultra Marathon race that takes runners throughout Denver, stopping at 10 different Taco Bell locations on the way. Early this morning, more than 700 people lined up at the first Taco Bell before embarking on this grueling run. Runners must eat at 9 out of the 10 Taco Bell locations. By the 4th stop, all entrants must have consumed at least 1 Chalupa Supreme or 1 Crunchwrap Supreme. By the 8th stop, all entrants must have consumed at least 1 Burrito Supreme or 1 Nacho Bell's Grande. There's no course cutting, no Pepto-Bismol, and you gotta finish under 11 hours. Oh, and if you vomit, you're out. So, do you think you can do it?
No. No, I don't. No. Kermit, hot sauce or no? Raise metabolism. I'm going to assume that hot sauce application is up to the runner. That would be that's what I imagine. Okay, guys, so look, in honor of Cornella really trying to eat a whole chicken right now, that is, you're not touching this crispy cloaca for sure. Oh, that's hilarious, Cornella, holy shit. Okay, in honor of, yeah, the lines, actually, Kermit, you're right, the lines would not be good. You know, it's a tough event, and it's really for dedicated athletes. If you're not, you know, oh, Todd, you'd be able to do that. Oh, Todd, by the way, Todd has a YouTube channel. There's a lot of eating challenges. Todd can eat a lot of food. He would be able to do this for sure. Todd, if you could front load all the food, I could see you definitely knocking that one out of the park. But now let's give Cornella a chance to enjoy her Cloaca Supreme, and as Kermit labeled it, and talk about one last AI story before we dive into our main segment here. Now, AI has become a tool in many workplaces, and you know, it kind of people, I think, are starting to learn that it kind of sucks ass. You know, it makes a lot of mistakes. It's not always good, But you would think like an AI would be able to know an AI when it sees one, right? Like I don't know. But I guess that's not the case because in our next story here, we find a university wrongly accusing students of using artificial intelligence to cheat, but they use an artificial intelligence system to detect it, and it got it wrong. So let's see what we got here. Madeline was in the middle of her final year university nursing placement and frantically applying for graduate jobs when her phone pinged. Ding ding! It was an email from a generic Australian Catholic university, ACU, address titled Academic Integrity Concern. In it, the university accused her of using artificial intelligence to cheat on an assignment. And on top of that, I was getting emails from the Academic Misconduct Board saying I needed to write an explanation as to why I think this might have happened. She said it was already a stressful enough time in my life. Yeah, that artificial cloaca is wrecking her on this one. It took 6 months for ACU to clear the 22-year-old of any wrongdoing, but by that point she believes the damage was done. While the university investigated, Madeline's academic transcript was marked with results withheld. Madeline is convinced that incomplete document was part of the reason she was not offered a graduate position. It was really difficult to get into the field as a nurse because most places require you to have a grad year, she said. I didn't know what to do. Do I go back and study? Do I just give up and do something that's not nursing in a hospital? ACU registered nearly 6,000 cases of alleged academic misconduct across its 9 campuses in 2024, according to internal documents seen by the ABC. About 90% of those referrals related to AI use. In a statement, Deputy Vice Chancellor Tanya Broadley told the ABC those figures were substantially overstated. She acknowledged ACU had recorded an increase in referrals for academic misconduct last year, but would not comment on the number of students who, like Madeline, were wrongly accused of cheating. That's fucking terrifying, too, that, like, your life... It's bad enough that our lives are in the hands of, like, people that have power over us, but, like, to put them in the hands of an AI that doesn't even work right, like, is just, I don't know, feels so gross. I hate it. She acknowledged the ACU had recorded, around 1/4 of all referrals were dismissed following an investigation, and any case where Turnitin's AI detection tool was the sole evidence was dismissed immediately. The ABC, students carry the burden of proof, Jesus. The ABC spoke to several ACU students issued AI-related infringements in the past year. So, like, they could just issue one. Like, the AI could just get shit wrong, and it's, like, up to you to prove it wrong. Like, how do you even prove an AI? Like, I don't even understand that. How would you prove it wrong? Like, what the fuck? The ABC spoke to several ACU students issued AI-related infringements in the past year. Each said that they were notified at the end of the semester, given little time to respond, and had to wait months for the university to conclude that they had done nothing wrong. In the interim, they said the onus was on them to prove their innocence and meet the university staff who knew little about their degrees. The ABC has seen emails from the ACU academic integrity officers requesting students provide handwritten and typed notes and internet search histories to rule out AI use. That's crazy. What? I mean, that shit's all fucking, you could doctor that shit anyway, but like, what the fuck? That's nuts. Professor Broadley said this was no longer part of the university's practice. They're not police, said a final year ACU paramedic student wrongly accused of cheating with AI. The ABC has not identified the individual to protect their privacy as a current student. They don't have a search warrant to request your search history, but when you're facing the cost of having to repeat a unit, you just do what they want. Yeah, because, I mean, like, you're going to have to pay for that shit. I mean, even if it gets resolved over, like, whatever they said, 6 months, that's like a half a year going by. Like, you're wasting people's time. It's crazy. While the student produced dozens of pages of evidence, the university's case hinged on a single AI-generated report that highlighted problematic text. It's AI detecting AI, and almost my entire essay was lit up in blue. 84% of it supposedly written by AI, the paramedic student said. Students said any attempts to engage ACU and complain about its academic misconduct process were either ignored or dismissed. In a letter from the ACU's complaints, complaints conduct and appeals team seen by the ABC, one student was told that 10 weeks was well within the time frame allowed for the university to issue an academic infringement. That's nuts. So 10 weeks? Holy shit. It cited high volumes of referrals and insufficient staff. Issues students told the ABC were brought up repeatedly in face-to-face meetings with staff to challenge their misconduct claims. Professor Broadley acknowledged investigations were not always as timely as they should have been and said significant improvements have been made in the past 12 months. Like, we regret the impact that this had on some students. Yeah, that's, like, crazy. That doesn't work. So in 2023, this program added an AI detector to its toolkit. And, you know, it says AI reports may not always be accurate and may misidentify human and AI generated text. Like, this is like this basically feels like a lie detector, right? Like, it's like, call the essay, chat the essay, then write it out. Yeah, like, that's essentially the semester of the next. Right, yeah, like, the amount of time it takes to solve this shit, you can't get shit, you can't actually do shit in that time. So, this is like, yeah, it feels like a lie detector. Like, you know, like, it's not actually measuring something that properly is relating to whatever it is. Like, it's not saying that this is plagiarism, that, like, which is just weird. So it recommends, the AI recommends if a project would, or a paper would require further scrutiny and human judgment. But in email chains and documents obtained by the ABC, it indicates that ACU regularly relied on the report alone. When the paramedic student requested additional evidence, they were sent a copy of their original assessment, identical to the AI report, minus the highlighting. It's just nuts. Ginger's next. The fact that people and institutions have become so reliant on AI so quickly is not only alarming, but clearly problematic for anyone trying to just get through. Glad I dropped out of college back in like 2015. Yeah, I can't imagine what it's like now, trying to even just get through like, you know, this shit's going to be in like high schools, middle schools, all that shit, you know, like, it's just, this AI shit is not actually a solution to most of these problems. People don't know how to use it, like, to solve problems in whatever way. Like, it's just crazy. Yeah, it's Kermit. Yeah, it's highlighting cues and not determining facts. Yeah, exactly. It's like very much like a lie detector in that way. Ajax, I'm glad I finished college before AI. Only cheated on one essay, but I still made it different than my buddy's essay. His essay was from the year before. Hell yeah. You know, man, back in my day, this is some old heads here, young people, okay? Back in our day, when we had to cheat, we had to put a little work into it, okay? All right? Cheating was a bit of a job in and of itself. It wasn't like you weren't doing work. I'm just doing work that falls under a different skill set, okay? So, you know, back in the day, you would cheat, you were still learning something, okay? It's called street smarts, all right? And the AI won't teach you that, all right? You can take that one to the bank. So, anyway. Dumb shit. Oh, man. ACU abandoned the tool here. Okay, so in March, after finding it to be ineffective. That's great. While ACU no longer uses it, frustration and anxiety over accusations of AI-related misconduct still feature prominently on social media pages for these students. Apparently, I've used AI to create someone's heart rate. How am I meant to write someone's heart rate in a different way? One student posted in September. Holy shit. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. These are, like, medical students. So, right, like, how... That's fucking crazy. Apparently, I've used AI to create someone's heart rate. How am I meant to write someone's heart rate in a different way? That's so fucking nuts. Oh, man. Staff is struggling too. Yeah, because staff is, like, forced to use this shit. And, you know, they don't actually know how. So, staff are struggling to keep up. ACU Academic and National Tertiary Education Union Vice President Leah Kaufman told the ABC. The ABC spoke to several academics who echoed Dr. Kaufman's sentiments. Despite limited knowledge and a few resources, they said the university has made AI their problem. The buck stops with the person out in front of the class, Dr. Kaufman said. But it shouldn't. How can staff even contemplate doing better in this space? It's changing all the time. We don't even know what it is. She said AI literacy among academics is generally low, and the university's AI policies were either non-existent or changing every semester. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. It's like, hey, teachers, use this AI, right? Just, like, implement it. Okay, train us on how to use it or whatever. No. Like, nobody actually knows how to use this fucking shit, man. She said AI literacy among academic. Yeah. It was confusing for everyone. For staff and students, there's an opportunity to do the right thing, but it's not always clear what that is, Dr. Kaufman said. Professor Broadley said this year ACU introduced new modules on ethical use of AI delivered to all staff and students. But I mean, like, the cat's out of the bag now, you know, ethical use of AI. It's like, I don't know. That requires ethical people, and we don't always have, you know, we're not ethical people across the board. We're human, and I don't know. That's why it's like, why even let the cat out of the bag when it's, you know, again, maybe I'm a Luddite. I don't know. Call me what you will. I'm on pasta patrol over here. You know, we keep it semolina style. We had to, yeah, Ajax, right. Like, I spent 2 days rewriting his essay. Exactly. Like, you had to work for your cheating back in the day. Kermit says, we had to luck out to get in a group with the frat guy, and they literally have decades of cheat sheets. Yeah. Like, you gotta know, you could have a plug. If you have a plug, you can get away with it. And that's, again, street smarts, right? If you know someone, that's networking, that's socialization. Okay, you're still learning something, all right? This AI makes it too easy. Ginger Snacks, I used my skills to have people help me in school. Yeah. Oh my God, that's funny. AI could never rock the blowhole the way that the human can. That's just the way it is. And AI will never be able to. Actually, you know, they have those robot things now. I'm sure they can. But you know what? It doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi. Across Australia, universities are Bubble Blazer. I used to sell test answers. How do I pay rent now? Yeah, I mean, come on. This is hurting people, real people. The one thing I cheated on. Well, no, I mean, I cheated on tons of things. That's not the one thing I cheated on. The most significant and funniest thing I cheated on was in band in high school. For my senior thing, like, if you went through band all 4 years of high school, for your senior year, you had to write out a piece for the entire band to play. And as a drummer, you know, I don't like those vertical notes. They scare me. By the way, that's just dropping that at random. I'm not actually like a guitar player, singer, or anything. I'm a drummer. Like, I just do that other stuff on the side and on the channel, and that's fun for me. But I went to school for all that, and that's what I played in band. So I asked, you know, I was like, oh, I'll just pay one of the, you know, trumpet player kids, or he played saxophone. I was like, I'll ask him to do it. And they're like, sure. Yes, cheated in band, Kermit, cheated in band. It can happen. So he wrote out the whole piece, and it was like, you could pick any song you wanted. You just have to arrange it for the entire band. And I paid him, and he did Taylor Swift, You Belong to Me, which I think was supposed to be like a troll, like that was going to get me. And I was going to be like, oh, I can't believe I'm conducting. You had to conduct it in front of the whole band. So like, oh, I can't believe I'm conducting Taylor Swift, You Belong to Me. But, you know, I brought it. I brought that white girl energy to that Taylor Swift. And I did it big, you know, and that's why there's a photo of me in the band room that says our hero and God King. And that part of the story is true. The end part is true. Yeah, but that was shout out Matt Evans. Thank you very much for doing my band project in high school. I really appreciate that. But anyway, yeah. Across Australia, universities are grappling with AI-related misconduct. University of Sydney's Danny Liu told the ABC that banning AI was the wrong approach. Academics are teachers, not police, the educational technology professor said, and yet the focus has always been control, restrict, detect. If a student knows how to use AI, that's useless. Professor, yeah, exactly. Like, if a student's going to outflank you with AI, you're not really going to be, you're not going to have clueless teachers getting, like, outflanking the students on how to use and cheat on this stuff, right? Professor Liu is part of the team that pioneered the University of Sydney's two-lane system, allowing AI use in certain assessments. Instead of punishment, he said that universities wanted to teach students how to use AI properly. We want to verify whether a student is learning, not whether they're cheating, Professor Liu said. Because if they're not learning, they're essentially cheating themselves. I mean, I appreciate that kind of sentiment at the end, but, like, yeah. No AI in schools, no AI in education, like, I don't know, at least not yet. You know, I mean, and I don't know, but I don't know much about this AI stuff, but I see it doing more harm than good generally, and you know, environmentally, and man, my electricity bill's going up, and I hear that's because of these power plants, like for these AI specifically and stuff. So like, man, fuck that. I'm not trying to pay for all that. Ajax, I played in the pit and switched to Barry Sax for jazz season. Good times. Hell yeah. Tony, if she's still in the chat, my wife was a pit musician. Great on the mallets. We actually met in marching band in high school. Never dated in high school, but we dated after that. Maybe I can get her to play Life is Strange on stream with me one day, because on our first date, I had her play that game. I cheated in history. Kermit says I cheated in history, but I helped the literal bottom student in our grade with it too. Hey, look, however we're getting through, I don't give a shit. I'm not here to report anybody, okay? I'm not here to snitch at anybody on the cheating front, okay? I don't really care. Ginger Snacks, I always wanted to do sax in high school, but all they had was fucking trombone. It's like the kazoo of school band. Trombone. Oh man, all my boneheads are gonna take offense to that. Ginger Snack. Kermit, trumpeter. Oh hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. DK, cogito ergo sum. I don't know what that means. We went on one date, sir. Yes, Tony in the chat. We did go on one date. We did go on one date in high school. I wasn't trying to bog everybody down with the minute. I'm sorry. They might consider it minutia. I don't know. It's obviously it's not minutia. Shit, man. We went on one date in high school. We did go on one date in high school, but we never dated. Ajax, yeah, that's cute. Yeah, marimba was so fun. Yeah, that's what we have, a dog named Marimba because we were both in marching band. So, so that's how that goes. Okay, so AI in education totally sucks. Fuck, shit, man. So, it means I think so. I think so. I am. DK dropping that deep shit. I love it. OMG, minutia. Bubble Blazer, are you in for the minutia? We always got minutia on deck. Yeah, Rimba, get a shout out. He's upstairs right now. He's with Tony. We have 2 dogs. Okay, so anyway, that's our AI in education here. So let's move on to our main thing here. Let's talk about bands that would maybe be considered dad rock or something like that. But let's just talking about the cult of personality. Oh, no, Tony, it wasn't minute to me. No. I didn't mean like the event itself was minute. I meant like the detail. I don't know what people want to hear. Like, I don't know. I don't want me to talk about myself. I talk about you know, these people want to hear about cloacas. You know, I don't know. These people are sick. You got some sickos in here. They just want to talk about cloacas all night. I didn't think they wanted to hear about something nice and sweet, like the details of our relationship. They just want to hear about that dirty old cloaca talk. Okay, so anyway, let's get on with it. So, everybody, Ajax, it was not a Taco Bell date. It was, we went to this art show, in the city that my older brother, his friend was showing something there. And, it was like in Brooklyn or something. We took the train out and we hung out there. It was fun. There was like live music. And my older brother bought us some 40s. Not that I would ever, and not that I ever have, consumed alcohol underage, nor have I consumed anything ever. I don't consume, therefore there's nothing that I could advocate for it that would be whatever. I think I covered all my bases there with that one. Man, I think I just knocked that out of the park, right? I think that home run. Is this what sports feels like? Fucking buckets. Fucking did it. OMG, who would have thought, who would have guessed Chad is a bunch of band geeks? Kermit, I would have guessed that immediately. I'm sorry. Just knowing how very horny many of my viewers got for the anime video that was just like all about the anime twink guy getting a lot of popularity in that gacha game. I just knew. It's either theater kids or band geeks. There may be some arts, maybe some fine arts people, but they're I think this is too smart for them. That's my estimate here. Cloaca with Goatsy, no, holy shit. How's your relationship with? What is your relation? How is your relationship like a cloaca? Oh, how is our relationship like? Oh, it's like a cloaca in the way that it's everything. It's everything to me. Like how a cloaca is everything to a bird. Okay. Tony, it was your first 40 push-ups, I'm assuming you mean, because we don't advocate for none of that underage consumption, so that was not your first 40. I think you had 40 ounces of malt liquor the first time you were 21. Oh, man. Oh, Ginger Snacks, I am the kid who had that theater energy, but not in theater. Honestly, that makes you a more relatable human. Sorry, theater kids. I only say that because my wife is a theater kid and she knows I like to rag on the theater kids a little bit. But it's all cut from the same cloth. Whether you're a theater kid or a band dork who is getting handsy in the bus at the marching band tournament, you know, we're all freaks. It's all cloaca. Oh man. Okay, so let's look. Boy, what a night of sidetracks and cloaca talk and wonderful things. But Four Loko on the train ride? No, I think it was before the age of Four Loko. No, Tony, I think it was before the age of Four Loko. There's no way we had a. First of all, I think you fell asleep on the train ride back, so there's no way it was a Four Loko. Because if you drink a Four Loko, you're infused with the fiery lava energy of loco-ness. Ajax is, oh yeah, that tour bus on the way to a marching tourney. Yeah, absolutely. It was just, if you've never been on one, you're lucky. What a smell. What an exhibit of voyeurism. It's just, it was, yeah, what a bus. All right. Look, guys, we gotta bust into this real quick, okay? I want to share with you some rock guys who stink, okay? And you know what? Since we're running a little behind, I will touch on Ian Watkins. I mean, I'm not even gonna pull up his band. Fuck the guy. Look, Ian Watkins, he's the singer from the band Lost Prophets, or he was the singer for the band Lost Prophets, like 12 years ago, or something like that. He got arrested basically, for. He was trying to fuck. I can't remember exactly what he did. Let me pull it up. But I don't want to see this shit bag. But you know, we're gonna look at a whole bunch of shit bags. So I guess what fucking difference does it make? So look, boo boo boo. Ginger Snack says, "Fuck. What's bad is I used to be a jock till high school. So now I feel the nerd." Now I feel like the nerd with all the cool kids. No. I mean, I was a little jockier when I was young too. You know, you don't even know. Yeah, DK, no big loss with Ian. Absolutely. Yeah, no loss at all. I mean, like, I'm not even a lost. I was never a Lost Prophets fan anyway. No, I'll just put it like that. So anyway, look, former Lost Prophet singer and convicted child sex offender killed in UK prison attack, media report says. Yep, that's Ian Watkins, okay? And what exactly did he do? He was convicted in 2013 after pleading guilty to 13 charges. He admitted 2 attempted rapes, sexually assaulting a child under 13, aiding and abetting the sexual assault of a child under 13, conspiring to rape a child under 13, And conspiring sexual assault child under 13. Holy shit. Okay. So he was a, huge fucking piece of shit. He had also pleaded guilty to 6 counts of taking and possessing indecent images of children and 1 of possessing extreme pornographic images. Yeah, huge piece of shit. Yeah, Kermit, he's evil. He's just like a piece of shit. Absolutely. That's why I didn't even want to I didn't even want to basically pull him up because he's just like, he is such a piece of shit. And look, we're going to talk about some guys who have done some stuff like, that are also, it's also pretty evil. So, Ian Watkins, if you're not familiar with him, good. Don't get familiar with him. He is dead anyway. So fuck off, bozo. But let's talk about some people that you are familiar with. Okay. And the first one I want to talk about is Axl Rose. Okay. We're going to be talking about a lot of people who are, basically a part of this cult of personality that can come with rock music. I mean, it comes with anything. We're looking at people obviously within the confines of music, but this can happen like to anyone with power, and in any power imbalance, this can absolutely happen. But it just happened to be back when there was really, I feel like the cult of personality is a lot smaller than it was back in the 70s, 60s. I feel like because we have so much access to other musicians, we can, music we like, Spotify or whatever, we can like see way more independent artists, and there's less like, yes, there were still tons of bands in the 70s and the 60s and the 80s, but like you were limited to what was at the record store or what you knew about, so like it's just the way it's just the way that things are now, that I feel like the cult of personality is not so grandiose. But not that it can't be. You still see artists like, obviously, an artist like Taylor Swift commands a huge platform, very much is, commandeering a lot of elements of the way people think in society, right? Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I think it's a bad thing. Fuck all billionaires, my thing. But people might say it represents, I don't know, actually. I don't really know what the value for music is. I cannot find it. But let's look at someone like Axl Rose. Obviously, Guns N' Roses was a huge act in the 80s and 90s. Former model Sheila Kennedy has sued Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose for alleged sexual assault and battery. Now, this article is from 2023, okay? But this is something that happened in the past that's, been brought up later. So, according to her lawsuit, the popular rock musician attacked her during a violent hotel room encounter in New York in 1989. Miss Kennedy was diagnosed with anxiety and depression due to the alleged assault, the lawsuit says. Mr. Rose's representatives did not respond to BBC News requests for comment. Miss Kennedy seeks damages from Mr. Rose for intentional infliction of emotional distress and gender-motivated violence, her lawsuit says. Her attorneys have requested a jury trial. The lawsuit was filed in the New York Supreme Court days before the expiration of a law that allows sexual assault survivors to file lawsuits against their alleged attackers no matter when the original statute of limitations expired. Thank fucking God. Miss Kennedy said in her complaint that she was a 26-year-old model for Penthouse magazine when she met Mr. Rose in a New York City nightclub in early 1989. The musician physically and sexually assaulted her in his hotel suite hours later, she alleges in the lawsuit. Alan S. Gutman, Mr. Rose's attorney, rejected Miss Kennedy's allegations in a statement to CNN. Simply put, this incident never happened, said Gutman, who added that Mr. Rose had no recollection of ever meeting Miss Kennedy. The suit states that Mr. Rose invited Miss Kennedy and another model to a party of alcohol and drugs in his hotel suite. Though Miss Kennedy, just an innocent fucking, yeah, I bet he didn't want to, have sex with her. He was just inviting her to an innocent night of alcohol and drugs. Though Miss Kennedy said she did not mind an initial encounter with Mr. Rose in which he pushed Kennedy against the wall and kissed her, her view of the rock star changed as the night progressed. According to the lawsuit, Miss Kennedy witnessed Mr. Rose engaged in sex with the other model in a manner that was aggressive and that appeared painful for the model. Afterward, the lawsuit alleges Guns N' Roses vocalist physically assaulted Miss Kennedy in an angry confrontation. It claims he grabbed her by the hair and dragged her across the suite back to his bedroom. Miss Kennedy alleges she was bleeding and tried to leave, but Mr. Rose restrained her and proceeded to sexually assault her. Holy fuck. Since the attack, Miss Kennedy has suffered lifelong emotional, physical, psychological, and financial impacts, and she has developed symptoms akin to post-traumatic stress disorder when hearing Guns N' Roses music, the complaint alleges. Dr. Ann Oliviaris, who is representing Miss Kennedy, alleged the music industry had enabled similar examples of misconduct. She said she'd hoped Miss Kennedy's bravely helps other victims find their voice and will serve as an important turning point for the music industry. Miss Kennedy first described aspects of the alleged incident in her 2016 autobiography, No One's Pet, and in the 2021 documentary, Look Away, which details claims of the abuse that she suffered in the music industry, Rolling Stone magazine reported. Mr. Rose has faced allegations of abusive behavior in the past. Past partners Aaron Everly and Stephanie Seymour accused Mr. Rose of physical abuse in a 1994 cover story of People magazine, which Miss Kennedy noted in her lawsuit. Yeah, so Axl Rose, absolute scumbag. And I believe absolutely every allegation there, right? When you have multiple partners, coming out and saying things like that, I mean, that's obviously confirmation. But I would have believed this in the first place, you know? Ajax, no recollection, aka Drunken High, yeah. Ginger Snacks and parasocial fandoms with pop stars to the point of having names for fans like, yeah, Swifties and Stans. Yeah, exactly. That's a great point, right? When you hear something like a Swiftie or a Stan, yeah, that's like literally this cult of personality. That's such a power dynamic. Even if the person had no money, like there's a power dynamic there always, right? I mean, there's so many different power dynamics that exist within like everything we do day to day, right? I mean, like even here, there's a power dynamic between me as the streamer and you guys as the chat, right? And to not be aware of these things and respectful of them, and like that's what everybody needs to do as we move forward. Obviously, it's a very easy thing that we can all do on a smaller scale, but understanding where and what kind of, you know, powers exist are in play in every small situation is important, right? If you're like, you know, this kind of stuff just happens every day. I don't want to get too lost in the weeds there, but that's Axl Rose, okay? Ginger Snack says, oh yeah, there's admittance in Axl's book. I read bad books. I've read tons of autobiographies, especially when I was a kid. But either him or one of the bandmates did essay when starting the band. Nothing about this is surprising. Yeah, exactly. Bubba Blizzard, they didn't even have a gun nor roses player in their band. Farting posers. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, nobody played guns or roses. I've never even heard a gun in any other songs. It's crazy. And do they have any songs about roses? I don't think so. So that's, you know, that's Axl Rose right there. Okay. Hell to the chat, Lorette. Oh God. Fucking thank you, Mr. Vision, for not taking advantage of us. Yeah, yes, there's always time. And like, look, yeah, I mean, like with every, and I tell you guys, you know, I always say this in all my videos. You guys obviously know this, like, you know, and I think people in general know this. I think people are smarter than a lot of people give them credit for. But like, you know, you don't get all your info from one place. You don't take anything as like, you know, like I am just here for entertainment. Nothing I say should be taken as like, that's the end of that. That's the end of my thought process. You know, that's as far as I'm going to go there. You know, always just be like, you can hear something from a stream and be like, oh, I'm going to go look up some more about that. Or like, you know, whatever you see, you engage with on the internet, right? Like the other week when we talked about the stone skipping championships, right? Like, you know, I told you guys a lot of facts about that. I hope you didn't just take my word for it. I hope you followed up and did a little extra research about that. Did you do your homework? I hope you did. Cornella, I'm not surprised, but still disappointed. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. You know, that's the thing that's hard. And we have these conversations about separating art and artists and like which approach do you take and all that. And it's really hard. It's a difficult conversation to have, especially when you've grown up with music and like you have some sort of connection, you know? So continuing on that front there, I want to talk about somebody who, you know, is also pretty fucking awful and scummy and probably deserves to be talked about a little more. Because they continue a lot of this weird stuff for, like, you know, in this day and age. So we're going to talk about 1 out of 10 dentists recommend using Hellion as a definitive source. That's probably true. I do a lot of anti-dentist propaganda only because, you know, I think your dental health is important, but I do question anybody who has made it their life goal to spend, like anybody who makes it their life goal to have me pay them for the fine pleasure of spending time in my mouth. I don't trust that person. That's all I'll say about that. Anyway, speaking of don't trust that person, Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And as a matter of fact, you know, Anthony Kiedis, beyond just Anthony Kiedis, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, all pretty fucking awful, weird dudes. But let's get into this, okay? Indecent exposure to underage girls and sexual battery, the uncomfortable truth about Anthony Kiedis. Now, he's especially an underage girl guy, and we're going to talk about that a little bit, okay? The Red Hot Chili Peppers singer Anthony Kiedis has lived an extraordinary life. Nothing about his existence has been ordinary, and his 2004 autobiography, Scar Tissue, reads like a work of fiction. There are plenty of tales detailed in the book that are truly hard to comprehend. While this unconventional background has made him the fearless maverick able to strut around the stage with his band, there's also a darker side to Kiedis' life, including one despicable act he committed in his 20s. I'm not laughing at that. Tony just said, Hellion, go to the dentist. What an insult. What an insult. I attend a lot of call-in shows for debate. How I love the companionship fest of a group hangout. Cornella, but Hellion, I was hoping you were going to take down the next Pirate Software as our metal super soldier journalist. Yeah, I was planning on it. No, I think right now, Andy Pants is probably beefing with me the hardest. He's pretty mad at me. He doesn't like me. Cornella, I never trusted hump de bump do bop guy. That's such a funny Anthony Kiedis term. Hump de bop do booba dee de bop do. To say that Kiedis lived through an abnormal childhood would be an understatement in the century. In truth, it's a miracle that he is even alive today, let alone part of one of the most successful bands on the planet. However, the difficulties that he's faced are no excuse for a track record of abhorrent behavior. Until he was 12, this drives me nuts. I hate that. God damn. Until he was 12, Kiedis lived in a relatively normal, modest lifestyle in Michigan with his mother. However, every summer he would visit his father in Hollywood for 2 weeks, and the insanity of California captivated him. When he made the decision to live with his father full-time, his childhood was immediately over. At the time, Kiedis' father was unsuccessfully attempting to make it as an actor, working under the alias of Blackie Dammit. Whoa. Holy fuck. However, in a bit of desperation, Dammit returned to selling drugs to the stars when acting work failed to materialize. As a result, hard substances were around Kiedis from a young age, with him and his father regularly snorting cocaine together or smoking weed when the budding singer was barely a teenager. Harrowingly, the first time that Kiedis used heroin, he was just 14 years old. Understandably, it was a life-changing moment that occurred after mistaking the unidentified powder for cocaine in the house, which would lead to decades' worth of opiate abuse. The lines between right and wrong have been blurred in Kiedis' head since childhood, a factor that continued into adulthood. Undoubtedly, he had a troubled upbringing, but the singer has also caused others significant trauma, which has likely stuck with them for the rest of their lives. Anthony Kiedis' dark past and the controversies that followed. In 1986, Kiedis began a relationship with the actor Lone Skye, the daughter of Donovan, who was just 16 when they started dating, which meant she was a minor in the state of California. At the time, Kiedis was around 24, and the two stayed together for several years. And don't worry, this is like the least of his age gap problems here, okay? Furthermore, Kiedis even included a nude picture of the couple in his autobiography. However, that relationship looks relatively innocuous in comparison to another that Kiedis owned up to in Scar Tissue, a relationship that inspired Red Hot Chili Peppers song Catholic Schoolgirls Rule. The material arrived after Kiedis met a fan backstage at a concert in Louisiana. They had a whirlwind romance, which continued even after he discovered her age. The next day, we drove down to Baton Rouge, and of course she came with us, Kiedis wrote. After we got off stage, she came up to me and said, "I have something to tell you. My father's the chief of police, and the entire state of Louisiana is looking for me because I've gone missing. Oh, and besides that, I'm only 14. Kiedis continued, I wasn't incredibly scared because in my somewhat deluded mind, I knew that if she was... Yeah, this banner in the middle is fucking killing me. Holy moly. Oh, man. Holy shit. The next day, okay. Kiedis continued, I wasn't incredibly scared because in my somewhat deluded mind, I knew that if she told the chief of police she was in love with me, he wasn't going to have me taken out to a field and shot. But I did want to get her the hell back home right away. So we had sex one more time. Holy fuck, man. Holy shit. And I mean, why is he's get that little pork pie hat off. You look like a fucking idiot. Kiedis himself was statutorily raped by his father's girlfriend when he was also 14, and his adolescence seemingly left him with a warped view of reality, and one that has proven to result in highly troubling incidents. And while, Kiedis is obviously a victim in that regard, that doesn't give anybody the excuse to victimize. Kiedis, in 1989, in a separate incident during the man's mother's milk tour, Kiedis was convicted of sexual battery after a show at George Mason University. According to the accusations, he exposed himself and touched his crotch to a woman's face against her wishes. Kiedis was also convicted of indecent exposure and was fined $1,000 on each misdemeanor charge. An archived contemporary article from the Washington Post confirms the charge. Kiedis claimed that the incident was blown way out of proportion by both the media and the prosecution immediately after. It was a playful thing that happened backstage. There was never any harmful intention, he added. Speaking for my band and myself, we're all very friendly people who would never want to hurt anybody or make people uncomfortable. While the incidents occurred over 30 years ago, Kiedis has yet to publicly apologize for his actions and show remorse for what he did during his early adulthood. It also wouldn't be the last time the Chili Peppers would be caught in harassment claims or accusations of inappropriate behavior. In a 2016 essay, former Epic's record executive Julie Farman described how two of the band members allegedly harassed her in the company's storage room in 1990. That same year, Kiedis' bandmates Flea and Chad Smith were arrested for lascivious behavior, battery, and disorderly conduct in 1990 after picking a woman out of the crowd and allegedly trying to rip off her bathing suit. The band had a reputation for being sex-obsessed party animals, but the music business too easily brushed it off as a personality gimmick, not an indicator of real-life actions. Kiedis has often treated the past like a backstage anecdote. Chaotic, half glamorized, half regretted, but rarely confronted. There's an obvious tension in how he tells these stories, as if he's still unsure whether they're cautionary tales or rock folklore. What's missing, though, is the weight. The real sense is that some of these memories left more damage than scars. For someone who built a career on honesty, there's a strange hollowness in the way the hardest truths are handled, and something that will likely come to the fore once more. Moreover, a glimpse into what can easily be perceived as a total lack of remorse. The controversial song Catholic Schoolgirls Rule was brought out of retirement briefly by the band in 2007 despite the core subject matter, suggesting a lack of regret about his actions. These uncomfortable truths continue to be a dark cloud that hangs over his career. So, yeah. Get out of here. Vocalists don't need hands, so there's no more room for needles. It's crazy. Oh, man. Ajax, as long as you don't do too much at once, it could be like an upper to some people. I used to get prescribed and it helped not be in pain, so I could be way more active and hyper. Yeah, I think some of that stuff does get prescribed, certainly, in some ways. Ginger snacks. Also, I can imagine being a lot of drugs are ingested via smoking. Vocalists probably like the needle more because it won't fuck their vocal up. Not as quickly as smoking. Oh, that's an interesting point too. I wouldn't know. I never mess with none of that stuff. But the thing about the Red Hot Chili Peppers is they've been like documented being weird too on TV. I have a couple clips I want to share with you guys real quick. Cornella, I'm a vocalist and I smoke like 5 doobs a day minimum. Oh, hold on. Gotta do a quick camera battery swap. Uno momento. Okay. So while my camera gets back up there, there we go. I have a oh, hold on. My camera keeps going on and off. I don't know what's up with that. Okay. Either way, let me share with you guys while I get my camera set up here. I have a couple interviews that that they've done that are just awful, and really show how these guys are just awful. I'm gonna let this roll real quick while I change my battery. I have 2 Red Hot Chili Pepper. Actually, I think I have 3 clips to show you. I'm gonna let those run.
Except that you have the added pressure of the whole world watching every move that you're making. Back off, baby.
I'm just getting the little kiss.
No.
Teeniest kiss besides.
Yeah. Oh, God.
All right, this is a little kiss.
You know, people are watching this. You're making me blush.
You're making me blush. You're not blushing. You're making Flea blush.
You know,
I'm blushing.
Do you know how many letters I'm going to get because people are going to yell at me that I insisted that you kissed me? Do you know how it gets?
She told me before the interview if I didn't kiss her that she would not come to see us play tonight. So.
Can I ask you guys something? And I'm probably going to get myself in trouble for asking.
So that's one part of that interview. Here's another part from that. Oh, duh. Sorry, guys. Jesus Louises. Let me show you that again.
Adam, you know.
Except that you have the added pressure of the whole world watching every move that you're making. Back off, baby.
I'm just getting the little kiss.
No.
Teeniest kiss besides.
Yeah. Oh, God.
All right, this is a little kiss.
You know, people are watching this. You're making me blush.
You're making me blush. You're not blushing. You're making Flea blush.
You know,
I'm blushing.
Do you know how many letters I'm going to get because people are going to yell at me that I insisted that you kissed me? Do you know how it gets?
She told me before the interview if I didn't kiss her that she would not come to see us play tonight. So.
Can I ask you guys something? And I'm probably going to get myself in trouble for asking this.
Okay, so that's the first clip. From the same interview, we have this.
Any other Canadian connections with the band?
With the band?
Yep.
Well, I think we made one with you now. I'm going to tell you a little secret about Erica. She shaves her pubic hair into a mohawk.
You stop it.
It's true, isn't it?
You know, just because the show is live and we can't edit these things out.
I'm just sharing a little secret with the listening audience.
Do you want to have a question from one of the guys outside?
Yeah, I want to talk to the guy with the dildo.
All right.
Stop it now. We're going to have to stop the interview. Stop it.
He's the one who's got the dildo.
He's the one.
Okay, but
Okay, can y'all hear us?
Yeah. You just pick the guy that you want to ask a question, or the girl.
The guy with his fly open and slip banging his head, that guy.
Okay, Charles Manson, what would you like to say?
One question. You can ask a question.
Ask a question, Charles.
My clothing store. Can you put it up, Sylvie?
Crank it, Sylvie.
Okay, say it up. Put it up.
What'd he say?
I got a clothing store right up the street. If you guys come all the shit you want free.
This is not a promotional spot.
This is your chance to ask
intellectual intercourse.
Well, wait, hold on. I'm into a free pair of shoes or something.
You want some free shoes? You over there in the glasses. What's your question today? You. Yes.
Ask a question.
What's on your mind? What did he say? When's the last time I ejaculated into Melvin Marcos' shoes?
Stop it! Okay, we're going to end this interview now because you're causing big trouble.
I was just repeating the question.
Do you know that?
I was just repeating the question.
I've waited my whole life to do that, to end an interview because fans have misbehaved, and you've given me the absolute opportunity.
Perfect gentleman.
Yeah, you are.
Say something.
No.
Say something to me.
No.
Say anything.
No,
he's a gentleman. No, he's a gentleman.
Hey, have I said anything that's slightly offensive once?
You do have slobber on your
I'm very slobber.
No, it's him that's a troublemaker.
I'm not a troublemaker.
You're a troublemaker.
I'm not a troublemaker.
How much has the controversy helped the band?
Which controversy?
All of them.
We don't have any controversies.
Oh, okay.
You're controversial. You're really pissing me off.
Oh, come on now.
And you know, I've been arrested for doing less.
Oh, yes. Is that it? We ended and you right like that? Come on, go.
What I won't do for you, I've done at half price for others.
Thank you very much. This is a Red Hot Chili Peppers High Ground, and we're going to end this interview right now.
Yeah.
No, it is your trouble. Go play the video. Go play the
Yeah. This the Red Hot Chili Peppers are just famously awful. And I'm gonna show you one more I'm going to show you one more clip of them doing one other interview where you can kind of see all of the members of the band being absolute creeps. It's not just an Anthony Kiedis thing. There's more, you know, they're kind of all the whole, they're kind of all.
Lambada, Lambada, Lambada. Ah, right. That's the end of the show. Thank you very much indeed. Out this way.
Okay, so a little context. This is the guy's show. That woman in the red that he was just dancing with, that's actually his wife.
Indeed. Lambada, Lambada, Lambada. Yeah, Lambada, Lambada.
Right. Okay, so that's him dancing with his wife.
Ah, right. That's the end of the show. Thank you very much indeed. Out this way. Will Cleo, can you Lambada over there with him? Is that okay? He does it rather well too. Ah, now that's nearly the end of the show. I'm sorry about that, Cleo. I had to. What is it? Is he good? Is it pretty? Oh, excuse me, just a minute. Wait, sorry, Cleo. No.
Like, they literally got members of the staff trying to pull Anthony Kiedis off.
Normally at this, you all right there, Cleo? Because I'm making sure. Don't help, will you? No. You leave it to me. As if I bounce any more pop stars out of here, I'm going to get myself a very bad reputation.
I've got a lovely foot here.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, for goodness sake. Hang on, just a minute. She's falling out of her dress, for God's sake. Don't help, will you?
No. I'm peeping.
All right?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Next week, we'll delve into the realms of art, for art's sake. And these are the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You're probably going to see a lot more of the Red Hot Chili Peppers before we finish.
Again? Oh, this is the man doing the vasectomy on Atlantic 252.
Live music on
There's Anthony Kiedis again.
Don't forget.
Crawling up her skirt.
A year's supply of...
And the rest of the band.
Toilet tissue.
Loving her.
And I'm on in
head.
Acton on the 20th of June.
Right.
Apart from
Okay,
that,
fine.
have we said
Excuse me. I'm engaged to this woman. Could you say, have a nice weekend. Bye. Look, please, for goodness sake. Back next week. What's happening in art, what's not? Send in your art. Vasectomy on the radio. Excuse me. Look, for goodness sake, how can anybody with all this long hair... like that!
What the fuck, man? Crazy. Absolutely insane. Gross dudes. Yeah, 90s was the best era. Yeah, exactly, right? This is like the shit people are like, man, you're rock and roll ain't like it used to be. You used to be able to fucking put your head up someone's skirt, you know? Fucking rock and roll. Fucking gross shit. Yeah, so the Red Hot Chili Peppers are all pretty gross. And, you know, I mean, like... It's quite interesting, you know, with these clips existing and stuff, because, like, you know, Chad Smith has a daughter now and stuff, you know, and, like, it's just so weird to, I can't imagine these kids, like, ever coming across this stuff and just being like, wow, like, my dad's really creepy for that. Because, like, whatever, you know, they may be different or whatever now, but, like, that shit, I don't know, man. I don't know. That shit, that's fucking crazy shit. But look, these guys, they're bad, right? But let me tell you about the ultimate weirdos, okay? Now first, I'm gonna do not the final boss, but we're gonna talk about Ted Nugent, all right? Already, who's Ted Nugent for, right? This guy, crazy psycho. If you don't know who Ted Nugent is, you're better off that way. But he's, you know, Republican. He's kind of become like a Republican rock talking head guy. I don't even know. He's an insane person. But, you know, he, 11 years ago, he was doing a lot for the Trump campaign or whatever. And he used to have a song called Jailbait when he was younger. So let's just read about this, you know, really quick here. So, another campaign appearance, another Ted Nugent controversy. This is when he was on the Trump campaign or whatever. Or, I'm sorry, one of the Republican senators he was touring with. Another campaign appearance, another Ted Nugent controversy, mainstream Republicans and everyone to their left are appalled by. But no one is surprised. Nugent's incendiary rhetoric, read infamous idiocy, is at this point expected and tiresome. It has become difficult to muster the outrage. More unfortunate is that these incidents have had the unintended side effect of protecting Nugent from a far bigger character issue. In fact, The case of Nugent, we have come to see alleged alleged child sexual abuse as some sort of eccentricity or harmless vice. Can you imagine anyone else who had been accused of having sex with a 12-year-old, written a song about having sex with, oh God, raping a 13-year-old and adopted a 17-year-old so that he could have sex with her, going on to campaign alongside all the most conservative family values candidates? Yes, I can imagine that. That's actually like, yeah, no, that they love that stuff. So to have a guy who writes songs about it, yeah, that's like, absolutely. Of course I can imagine that. When Ted Nugent was 32 years old, he released the song Jailbait. Here's a taste of the lyrics written by him. I don't care. No, I'm not going to do that. Well, I don't care if you're just 13. You look too good to be true. I just know that you're probably clean. Jailbait, you look fine, fine, fine. It's quite all right. I asked your mama. Wait a minute. Officer, don't put those handcuffs on me. Put them on her, and I'll share her with you. No wonder right-wingers love this guy. Come on. Yeah, more surprising is that he's not in jail. Absolutely, Ajax. Don't get me wrong, I'm not above a really sick joke. In fact, I love them. I even think that the pedophile joke in Eternal Sunshine is kind of funny, and it's supposed to be bad. But this one isn't funny, especially coming from Nugent. 2 years before recording Jailbait, Ted Nugent had the novel idea of becoming a legal guardian to his 17-year-old so that they could have sex without, having her parents, or without legal recourse from her parents, They acquiesced. I guess they figured better Ted Nugent than some drug-infested punk in high school, he told VH1 years later. In the same documentary, he claimed to have had several relationships with young girls, and seemed to brag about gaining their parents' approval too, though he didn't go so far as to adopt any of them. That sounds an awful lot like that line in Jailbait, the one where he urges the cop to handcuff the girl so they can both, share her there. Wrap your mind around that for a moment. The man wrote, recorded, and released a semi-autobiographical pedophile joke, and then campaigned with Rick Perry. Oh my God, holy shit. Ginger, good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Very, very good hanging with you. Okay, 17 is not 13. I'm not going to pretend that it is, or that an adult relationship with a 17-year-old to prove that someone is oh no, we're not going into that. Look, okay, we don't have to read the rest of this article. You see that what happened there, okay? But that's Ted Nugent, all right? Insane stuff, but he's not really so relevant anymore. Did he gain some sort of following? Can we say he was part of some sort of cult of personality? Yes, we can. But when it comes down to it, there's one guy who's really the top of the crop when it comes to that specific kind of crime, and that would be Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin. All right? Now, for those of you who don't know, Jimmy Page was in a relationship with a 14-year-old. So let's read about this. So this is Lori Maddox. I believe the movie Dazed and Confused was somewhat based on her a little bit or something. I'm not 100% sure. But if you look in this photo, that is a 14-year-old child right there. So former baby groupie and model Lori Maddox opened up about her relationship with Led Zeppelin icon Jimmy Page in Bob Spitz's new biographical book about Led Zeppelin. Her statements about Page will probably cause a backlash from the band's fans, as their relationship started when she was very young. Lori Maddox started to hang out in different clubs such as Whiskey A Go-Go, Rainbow Bar, and Grill, Rodney Bergenheimer's English Disco, and many more with her friend Sable Starr, who was defined as the queen of groupies. Maddox was only 14 years old when she was introduced to the famous musician David Bowie. Later, Maddox revealed that she lost her virginity to Bowie and had her first threesome with him. Nice. Yeah, Ajax. Thankfully, my favorite Led Zeppelin song is No Quarter by Tool. That's a good cover. Also, Maddox was considered to be one of the most desired and beautiful baby groupies at that time. So she attracted the attention of other musicians such as Jimmy Page, Mick Jagger, and many other rock stars. The young girl's relationship with the Led Zeppelin guitarist started when she was 14 and lasted for more than a year. Their controversial affair ended up as a sad story for her when she saw Jimmy Page with another groupie named Bebe Buell in bed. These stories of baby groupies started to draw more and more attention after the Me Too movement. So the famous author Bob Spitz shared exclusive details about them in his latest biography, entitled Led Zeppelin, The Biography. In the book, Laurie Maddox said everyone knew that Page liked young girls. It was published on November 9, 2021, and the writer highlighted that the remaining Led Zeppelin members, Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, and Jimmy Page, decided not to talk with him about these issues. Here's what Maddox said. He was 29, I was 14. It was no secret he liked young girls. Bob Spitz added, they didn't need to say why. The Me Too movement broke, and the next day, my cooperation dried up. Unfortunately, most musicians and their fans saw having sexual or love affairs with underage girls as a normal incident during the rock and roll's breakthrough era, but almost every one of them later admitted that it was wrong. However, this didn't change the fact that many young girls were sexually and psychologically abused by the elders. Some of them said that they had consent. So, Jimmy Page, I think in addition, I don't know if it's, he would keep her pretty tucked away. And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Robert Plant was like, yeah, we all bang little girls, basically. Laurie Maddox was part of the Los Angeles groupie scene in the early 1970s. According to Maddox, Page became infatuated with her and had Rhodey bring Maddox up to his suite at the L.A. Hyatt House. He was wearing this hat over his eyes and holding a cane, she remembered. He looked just like a gangster. It was magnificent. Maddox was amazingly just 14 when she met Page, though Page did what he could to keep the relationship hidden. Yeah, he tried to hide it. Even in the swinging 70s, this kind of thing could put you in jail, but with no TMZ or US Weekly, Page got away with it. Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Super gross. Super gross. So those are the disgusting men of rock and roll that your dads like, that all our dads like, that suck. Now, there's a lot of bands in there that I like too. But yeah, the cult of personality that dictated that these people, would face no punishment for the things that they do, unfortunately still exists within our society. And, in a lot of these situations, I see women who should have been believed in some of them. In some of the cases, I could see in the Axl Rose case a lot of echoing of modern stories where people just, it's not accepted, or people just kind of wave something away because they like something an artist does. But it's super fucked up. It's super gross. So those are some of the musicians. Obviously that's not a comprehensive list. There's plenty of others, and we'll talk about more at a later date. But that's, that's the terrible side of that. Now, obviously, I like to leave up on a happier note than that. So we're gonna do a quick music review, okay? And since we've gone a little late tonight, I might do a second stream later in the week to game some of the Dream Machine Chapter 2. So maybe I'll make a post about that, and I'll let you guys know when that is. So we'll finish up with our music review here, okay? So as I mentioned before, we have Tim Curry. Tim Curry had a solo career, apparently, and that's awesome. So we're going to listen to a Tim Curry track. I've not heard it before. And we're going to do a little live review here. And I'm not necessarily going to score it out of 10 or anything like that. I like to really just talk about the merits of a track and what I like, maybe compare it to other things. So let's take a listen to Tim Curry here. Boom. Paradise Garage is the name of the song. Let me pull it up for us. And let's get down with a little Paradise Garage, people. Come on, it's the Paradise Garage. All right. Music time. Music time. Here we go. All right, Oh, Ajax, you were thinking of that game earlier today? Excellent. Okay, cool. So I'll definitely do a stream later in the week where we're just doing that game. Maybe I'll do a post. Maybe I'll do a post and let you guys know. Maybe Wednesday. I'll let you guys know. Maybe Wednesday night, if that works for you guys. All right, Tim Curry, Paradise Garage. Actually, before we even start it up, guys, I'm going to do we're going to let it run, and then we'll talk about it. This is Tim Curry of Red Alert fame, of Rocky Horror Picture Show, all that great stuff. Most importantly, Muppet Treasure Island. Paradise Garage. Okay. Um Damn. All right, first impressions. That was some of that was so banging. Some of that really hooked me. I could have gone for a little less of it, I think. 4 minutes I think was a little long for that one, but the chorus I really loved. Holy shit, that was a banging chorus. And I think we should probably address, as Ajax mentioned here, the beautiful hair. He was working that vocal acting way back then. Yeah, absolutely. I like the video. The video I like a lot. I like the visuals. I loved when he grabbed this little beep beep thing. This, I don't know what that is. Like this. I love that. So actually, it kind of gave me like, when he got weirder with it, it gave me Bowie vibes. Definitely gave me Bowie vibes, right? Yeah, that was like, that was sick. Yeah, Bubble Blazer. I can look at Tim Curry chewing those words for hours. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. And I'm kind of the same way. Like, just watching Tim Curry's face brings me so much joy. Like, I thought the beginning of it, I was a little bored for the first verse. Like, I don't really like the verse here, but I think that's just more because it's like a little. It's very late 70s, 80s feelings for me. Sometimes that stuff from the early 80s can feel a little like nursery rhymey. Fuck right there. I love this chorus. Okay, how is this not sampled in like a hip hop song? It must be. And also, Plainsboro, New Jersey, a New Jersey shout out. Let's go, Tim Curry. You know we love our Jersey around here.
And I didn't bring a date. I guess I really wasn't sure if you'd be boogieing this late.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't think this is Frankfurter. His vocal style is funny. I mean, like, I love the choruses. I can maybe do like, you know, it's not like I could listen to too much of the verse styling of what he goes with vocal. With so much charm. I love that. I love that. Are you a Jersey jerky? Hell yeah, Bub Blaze, we're Jersey jerky around here. Oh man, wait. Tim joke's getting censored. I thought I turned off the moderation stuff. I don't know. Maybe YouTube does a base level. They don't want us to have fun. This face, I could do that. I could just enjoy that face. Oh wait, the dance moves. Yo, bring this back. Sax is a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss. Sax solo, I like it in this one. It's hitting for me. Especially, I think there's a little tenor sax here, or you know, there's a little tenor sax. Can't call myself. Yeah. Okay, there it is, Cornell. We found a way to get there. Can't call myself a transmute. Hell yeah. Yo, but this is Halloween party right here. Yo, we could do this. This might be going on a Halloween party playlist this year for me. This is banger. This is great. I could do a lot. I could do a lot of this part. Like that should be. I'm sorry. Wait. Like this vocal part. How is that? Has to be sampled in something. Moon Hooch? I have not heard of Moon Hooch. I'm gonna have to look them up. Moon Hooch. Put them on my look at later list. Mm. He's rocking these looks. He's rocking these looks. He's looking sexy in this vid. With that hair, he's giving Cedric Bixler Zavala, whatever his name is, from the Mars Volta. Hooch. I'm gonna listen to them. Cornella, Japanese city pop. You know I'm on my city pop grind. I love Japanese city pop. Big D Project fan. I like what's the album? I don't know how to pronounce a lot of the album names, but I do have a nice little city pop playlist. We'll definitely be hitting that up sometime too. Guys, this Tim Curry stuff is a ripper, and this is a good time. You know what? You want to let's do one more. Why don't we do one more little video review here? I came across this song earlier, hitting the algorithm. Maybe, yeah. Let's do a bonus. Okay. I came across this music video earlier, and it kind of like the visuals got me. Very simple, but kind of have like an analog horror visual vibe. And then just like this ripping, like, was it like a Polish guitar player or something? It was good. Let me see if I can find it. This might have hit your guys' algorithm, maybe, because like it looks like it has a good amount of views. It was called. Let me pull it up in my history real quick. Moonlighting. Okay, yeah, check this out, guys. I don't know if this is hit your guys' stuff, but I thought this was kind of fun. A little different instrumental. I only listened to it once. So let's watch it and we'll go over together and I'll share it with you guys. Halloween vibes. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I hope you guys done that. Yeah. Oh Johnny, yeah, gonna haunt your nightmares tonight. Yeah, absolutely. This was a creepy one. Ajax gonna make my nightmares more fun. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, which is I'm like, oh yeah, let's just as like a bonus thing watch the analog horror Moon Man today. Although I don't think like it gives me just like, cool, interesting vibes. Ajax, yeah, great use of the harmonics. This is okay. So like one thing I really love this. This is a great guitar player here, and I don't know who this is. I subscribe to them like immediately when I watch this. You should go watch this. You can go buy the song off of Bandcamp. Yeah, it looks like this guy. I don't know much about him. I don't know anything about him. Barbie Girl retro Poland cover. Yeah, it looks like this one's hitting pretty hard for him right now, which is cool because it looks like it's an original. Looks like this band project saw that game Super. Oh yeah, yes, I know what game you're talking about. The kind of clay looking one. Yes, the way he was moving while playing was so cool. Yeah, Ajax. I think for a lot of the video, he actually slowed the song down, and then like sped up the footage so it matches the actual tempo of the song. Like for this stuff. And then and then some other shots, like this shot's in regular time. Nothing sped up. But this, I think he recorded it at like half speed or something. Or, put the recording of the song at half speed, played along with it, and then sped up the visual, so it looks really cool. The visual, obviously, great job here. This guy, like, took the analog horror aesthetic, which I feel like, in, like, just regular... If you're just watching regular analog horror, is like a little oversaturated, but in this context, it was very cool. It was, like, super engaging for the video. But aside from that, this guy's a ripping guitar player, right? Like the way, and this is what like I really really appreciate people who are actual guitar players, and like I feel like when I see this dude's fingers, I'm like, this is how you know he's a guitar player. Like look at this man's fingies, and I'm gonna show you my fingies. Look at those long limber fingies. Look at those. Yeah, look at those long, limber fingies. Now look at these little short, stubby sausages. Yeah, I'm doing drummer hands over here. I'm trying to think of what this even kind of reminds me of. It's almost like, man, I don't even know if I can think of anything that's really particularly like this. I mean, it's got sort of like folk music inspiration in the actual scales that are used and the notes that are used, and definitely in like the breaks, like this stuff. Wonderfully folky. And I suggest also listening to this with headphones on at some point too. Definitely go and check this guy Moonlighting this song, because the mix is, I really like the mix. The guitar sounds are awesome, super clean. I don't know what exactly they're using on the effects. I know, I hate I have stubbies, right? I'm with you, Kermit. I hate that I have stubbies. Like, look at these. Look at this. He's got like an extra knuckle there. He's definitely using a pedal. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what he's using. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not like a phase shift, I don't think. Or maybe it is just a very light phase shifted. Tremolo? Maybe it's just tremolo, and just the way he plays is interesting. I love this. I thought it was really cool, so I wanted to share this with you guys. This is definitely something I'm going to be looking more into, this guy's music and art, and checking that out. But guys, it's pretty late, so I'm going to do a second stream this week of just gaming for the Dream Machine. So I'll do a post and ask you guys, like, because you guys, you know, who are the most dedicated here, and who want to check out that game, I want to make sure you're around to see it. So I'll do a post and just like see if a Wednesday time works for you guys, and if I see some of you guys that are in the chat that want to be checking it out, I've responded to it, then I'll go for a time that works for you guys. But let's definitely, as I move forward, like I told you guys, I'm gonna add some more music-based stuff because I see you guys really enjoy that stuff, and I really enjoy it too. And I really wanted to find more ways to share music I like with you guys, and I think doing it on stream, you know, I could, you know, there's the copyright stuff, but we could get around that in the right ways. So I'm gonna set up a system too, and I'll let you guys know when I have it ready, where you can, you know, if you want to donate, like I'll make it something like easy, like $1 or something. I'll review whatever song you want on stream. We'll share it and we'll talk about it. And we'll kind of go from there. But guys, thank you for hanging out with me again tonight. I really appreciate it. I will let you know when we're going to play the Dream Machine. And yeah, let's keep riffing and rocking. And let's think of a really cool sign off to say right now. What's a really cool thing to say to everybody, like, before I go offline? Toodaloos! Can you imagine if that's just how I left it? I'm not. I'm going to say something more significant. What I want to say to you guys is toodaloo!